Are you gay? 네, 안녕하세요. 이거 주세요. 혹시 그 헤이즐넛 아메리카노
헤이즐넛은 따로.
그 혹시 그 바닐라 시럽 있어요? 네. 그럼 아메리카노에 바닐라 시럽. 네, 감사합니다. And I'm going to be answering all the questions you guys have for me in this video. Welcome to my Q&A. Well, first of all, I'll start with my name. My name is Jerry, and I moved to Korea when I was 19 years old, and that was back in 2017. So I've been living in Korea now for 9 years, and I'm from Nigeria. Another popular question I get is, what was my goal when I first came to Seoul, and how did that, change, like living in Seoul? I really did not have any goal coming to Korea or Seoul in general. I just wanted to leave Nigeria. So after graduating high school, I was looking for scholarships like around the world, and apparently Korea's government scholarship happened to work out, and so I decided to take on that path. And I was just excited, like as a fresh graduate from high school, like I wanted, like to see the world, see how big the world is, and so Korea worked out, and I came to Korea. The government sponsored me, and I've just been living in Korea since then. Another question I often get asked is, how did I get started with learning Korean? So growing up, my mother loved Korean dramas, so I grew up watching a lot of Korean dramas, mostly, like the historical dramas like Jumong. And so I knew a little bit of Korean in terms of like 안녕하세요, like the basic things, like 안녕하세요, like 사랑해, all those words, because you get to hear that a lot in dramas. And so after watching like a bunch of Korean dramas, I was like pick up those phrases. And so coming to Korea with the Korean government scholarship, we had to go to a language school and study Korean for a year. It's a must. So I had to pass that course for me to be able to do my major at my university. I think I got a typical level 3. And when I went to my university, I also did my major in Korean. That really helped a lot with my Korean, and of course just living in Korea in general really helped a lot. So I'm still learning Korean. My Korean is still like pretty bad. You saw it like I learned like when I was trying to order. I was just, I don't know, I literally just woke up. I haven't had my coffee, so probably that was why. But yeah. So the cafe I'm at, it's a bookstore and also like a cafe. It's like one of the prettiest cafes like in Seoul. And the funny thing is like I've been living in this area for over 4 years and I've never been to this cafe. It's like I don't even go out that much, to be honest with you. After searching up in like cafes in my area, I came across this place and apparently like it's actually pretty good. Like I love the ambience and it's just amazing. Like it's very cozy. You come out here, you read, you're grabbing like your coffee. It's very chill, very low music. You can actually like concentrate. And I decided to like come out here. I'm gonna be showing you guys like the interior later on like in this video, so stick around to see more about this cafe. Man, Seoul just have like great cafes. Another question I got is it worth moving to Korea as a foreigner? It is honestly. Every foreigner's experience is definitely gonna be different. It depends on how you really view life in general. Like I don't want to go deep into how you should view life and all that, but if there's anything I would say is that come to Korea, experience Korea yourself, and then if it doesn't fit with your values, your standards, or the way you thought about it like in general, then you can actually leave. But rather than looking at Korea through our lenses, it's best to like come to Korea, experience it for yourself. You might like it, you might hate it, but just first come and then like decide. I can really give you like a yes or no answer because like it's different for everyone. So another question I get asked is how difficult is it to set up your own business or be self-employed as a foreigner? And that is a very hard question to answer because it's very different for everyone and it depends heavily on the type of visa you have. Of course, like if you're a student, you have to do things that are within the restriction of having like a student visa. And of course, like if you are teaching, it's literally pretty much like the same thing. So what I'm trying to say is it's a very hard question to answer because like it's very different and also very dependent on the type of visa you have. But to talk about my own experience is I was a student, so when I was in university, I wasn't allowed to do all the things. But if I took permission from the immigration to get work done, like do part-time jobs, I could do it just during the holiday season and not like during the semester. And so after graduating, I moved on to like the entertainment visa, which is like the E6. And so with that visa, I was able to do anything entertainment. So modeling, acting, YouTube. And so after being on that visa, the entertainment visa for roughly 3 years, I am now on my resident visa, the short-term resident visa, which is the F2 visa. And so with this visa now, I literally can do anything. Work at any company, start up your own business, all that stuff. So yeah. So I had to take off my shoes to get on here. 흐릿몽탄한 눈동장도 좋고 너도 은근 또라이구나. 나한테 관심 없는 점이 너무 좋아. It's a manner check. Another question I get asked is how do Koreans view foreigners in general, especially for women? Based off the interviews I've had with other foreign women, like in general, I don't think it's different from any parts of the world in terms of how you're viewed. I've heard a lot of other Southeast Asians say that Koreans look down on them, but like those are just based off of interviews I've had and not of my experiences. So foreigners look in good general light, I would say, just based off my surroundings, but I don't want to downplay it. Other people have had like different experiences and those experiences are not mine. So now this is a very interesting question. If I can recommend a tourist spot to a foreigner, where would it be? That is where my guidebook comes in, which is going to be linked in the description box of this video. My guidebook is about traveling to Korea like as a local. And of course, you know the tourist spots. You can look up TikTok, Instagram, anywhere. You'll find spots to go to. But when it comes to like local spots where Koreans actually like go to, it's sometimes word of mouth, although like most of them are on social media, but you need to like deep dive into like all those search, and it can be very gruesome and tiring for some people. But if you want like all those spots where locals go to, just check out my guidebook. Everything is comprised, very easy to read. It will make your travel like a lot easier. But to answer the question, Mule is actually one of the very quiet areas in Seoul now that a lot of locals are diving into, like they're going into. Muledong is definitely like, one of the areas I recommend. And to know more about Muledong, check out my guidebook. How do I spend time with my closest friends? We talk a lot, like over the phone. We just spend time just talking a lot. Do I speak other Nigerian languages? Probably maybe you mean Pidgin and like local dialects. I do speak Pidgin. I think I understand my parents' language. Like this coffee shop is so good. It's like you have like this like a special room where you can just like hang out. And I think I'll probably try to use somewhere like here. Wow. There's a nice sofa type thing going on here. One of the questions I also got asked is, do I read books or what type of books do I read? Unfortunately, I don't read books. I do listen to podcasts though. Another question that I got asked is, do I plan on living in Korea forever? Maybe. For now, yeah, I plan on staying in Korea for the foreseeable future. Hi, I love your videos and just wanted to ask where you're from. I'm a new subscriber to your channel, and also how has Seoul been to you and your evolution and how you got there till now? And do introverted people also have a chance in Korea because I'm one? That's a very good question. Thank you for being subscribed to the channel. To answer your last question, being an introvert in Korea, perfect, it will work for you perfectly. How has Seoul helped like with my evolution? I mean, Seoul is a very diverse, city. By diverse, I mean you have a lot of people in different industries, like out here in Seoul, and so that has helped be meeting different type of people, listen to different cultures and also different experiences. That has also helped with me building this channel that you actually see, because I tend to listen to different stories from around the world. There's just so much opportunity in Seoul. So either be, like acting, modeling, being in the content creation space, and a lot of things happen like events and pop-ups and all that. While events and pop-ups are really like not my thing or a thing I actually like lean towards, but just the fact that I'm able to like just be around that, it's very inspiring, like it pushes me forward to want to succeed a lot more and just enjoy the beauty of the city. So I'd say being in Seoul inspires me a lot to push myself beyond my limits and be able to pursue greater goodness and show Korea to my audience through my lens. What did I study? Now you'll be surprised. I studied software engineering. Yeah, I'm a software engineer kid. Oh, I just want to take a moment to congratulate you because of I know how much it takes to put together to deliver something very comfy and peaceful. You were amazing. Thank you so much for watching the videos, and I'm striving my best to try to provide like very comfortable, very like-minded videos that you can just easily watch without really thinking too much about it or like have to like study and whatnot. So well, thank you for enjoying the videos. A book about friends by Robin Dunbar. Someone asked, like, what is the pros and cons of living in Korea versus Nigeria? I haven't lived in Nigeria for the past 9 years now, and while Korea has gone up in terms of innovation, all that stuff, they also have the problems. Nigeria, on the other hand, well, based off of my family living there, I haven't heard like really much good stuff happening. Other than this side, I would say when it comes to like the culture, it's pretty much similar in terms of like respect to the elders, stuff like that. Definitely like similar in that aspect. What is my age and what is my ethnicity? I'm gonna be turning 29 in April. I'm black, Nigerian. Are you pursuing a career in Korea, like studying? What did you do before moving to Korea? I was a student here in Korea a couple of years back. I graduated in 2022, but now I am currently doing content creation and also working at a startup. What did I do before moving to Korea? I did nothing. I was just at home applying for scholarships and Korea worked out. What made you move to Korea and what is my long-term plan? Korea wasn't like, okay, I had to come to Korea. Korea happened because I was applying to scholarships around the world and Korea just happened. What is my long-term plan? To be able to get a Korean citizenship. The reason why, I want to get a Korean citizenship is because I've been living in Korea for so long now, and having to like start a new life in another country, it's so much work. I can't even put myself through that. Favorite and least favorite thing about living in Korea. My favorite thing about living in Korea is the comfort. Like Korea is very comfortable in terms of like transportation, well done, much like in Seoul, convenience store. It's just like really, really convenient. Seoul is a city that never sleeps, almost never sleeps. I think it depends on like where you live though. but yeah. And my least favorite thing is the cold. I don't like cold. I'm from a tropical country. I still prefer my heat. Like a lot of people complain that, oh yeah, Korea heat is like so bad, it's very humid. I will take that any day, any time, ma'am. How to move to Korea, and would you recommend coming with a job visa or, for example, finish masters then find a job? There is no one answer to like how to come to Korea. I would say like one of the easiest way to come to Korea is of course like through being a student. And so like if you come here as a student, it's a lot easier to transition into doing other things. And the reason why I said that is because Korea value education. And so when you have a good educational background, moving visas, it's really good. If you finish from a university in Korea, when you're moving through different visas, long-term visas, that is like the permanent residence and also like the short-term permanent resident visa, you get points for that. When it comes to like education, it's one of the best paths to come to Korea with, and then it's a lot easier to transition. Have you encountered Korean adoptees during your time in Korea? What is the stigma behind adoptees in today's Korea society? I've met quite a few doing like interviews. I interviewed one Korean adoptee, and back in the days, yes, Korea did adopt a lot of the kids out to different countries, but nowadays I don't think it's a big thing. I think it still happens, but I'm not really sure. And how is the Korean adoptive viewed in the society? To be honest, I have no idea. I have no clue. Like I said, I'm not a journalist, and so I haven't really made a research about that. You're always so stylish. Have you considered going into fashion industry as a designer or stylist? You are amazing. God bless your beautiful, beautiful soul. Well, thank you for thinking I dress well, and I try to put pieces together that I think looks good, and over time it became a thing. And no, I don't think I can do the work of a stylist or design. I like putting pieces together from other designers and take inspiration from stylists, and so then I build out my style. But I wouldn't really like consider going into those industries. I think I'm happy like where I'm at in terms of like just putting pieces together. So another question I got asked is, what memory experiences have you had living in Korea so far? Love your videos. Well, thank you. I've had a lot of memory experiences living in Korea. I really can think of one right now, but I would definitely say when it comes to how nice Koreans can be sometimes, in terms of trying to help you, like, when you're lost on the street, and the opportunity Korea has given to me in general. I know I'm just glazing Korea like in this video, and I promise you, I wish I could think of like, really bad things that have made me pissed in Korea, but really like none of that, has happened mind, or I can't really think of any of them now. But for now, really enjoyed, my stay in Korea. What is college like in Korea for people living abroad? Is either hard to integrate and get registered. College in Korea, it depends on how you want to go about it. So for me, I went to university outside of Seoul, and I had the best professors. Being like that one foreigner in a vast majority like of Korean students, you have professors that are willing to help you. I think for like if you're a graduate, it's definitely going to be different. So I think it depends on which of the areas you're actually focusing on. Is it undergrad, is it graduate? Because that way like is going to be a different experience. Does learning Korean improve employment opportunities for foreigners in Korea? I would be interested to hear your take. Yes, it does. If you know how to speak Korean, you have the typical level 656, thereabout, which is like the top level, or even 3 sometimes, would definitely like get you, like work in Korea. Yeah, so speaking Korean definitely open work opportunities for you. How long have you been speaking Korean? I have been speaking Korean for 9 years. I've been speaking Korean since I stepped foot into Korea. So 나의 occult한 일상. A lot of people ask, how do I speak Korean so perfectly? And while thank you for thinking that way, I am still learning Korean. Living in Korea, trying to adapt to the culture has really helped me and really, like pushed me to want to speak the language like perfectly, because I'm living in the country, and so to be able to interact with locals and doing street interviews also help. I need to, like be grounded in terms of how I go about studying Koreans. I use a lot of, different platforms, different, avenues to learn Korean. And school definitely like helped me. Interacting with locals did help a lot. Watching Korean dramas, I picked up on a lot of words that we use consistently. So that would be like 사랑해, like, 이름이 뭐예요, like all those basic words you hear every time in a Korean drama. You pick it up, whether you like it or not. And so that over the years really built up and helped build my vocabulary. And so like while I still really brush up on my Korean here and there, now I have like, a good foundation to where I can speak Korean comfortably with any local. How do you recommend a beginner learn Korean to get to your level, and how long will it take to get there? The more vocabularies you know, the better you are gonna be at Korean. You have a strong foundation with vocabulary, and then the next thing you move to is how to form sentences using the vocabulary you have, grammars, all that stuff. Get daily vocabs in, and after you've gotten like a good chunk of vocabs in, you start understanding what people are saying, because you understand the meaning of every vocab in each sentence. Some tips on learning Korean are the best areas to stay when visiting Seoul. Tips on learning Korean, like I said, get your vocabularies in. Muledong, Yeouido, perfect place to like, chill. If you don't want like, the high buzz, but like if you really like want to get going, Taewon definitely, Gangnam, Seongsu, those are the popular places. If you want more recommendations, just check out my guidebook. Like I have all these places I'm mentioning to you, they are in my guidebook. It's to make your life a lot easier, I promise you. So for a second I was just reading this. 헤어진 사람의 품에 얼굴을 묻고 울었다. I was just being performative. What does your family do? My parents actually retired, so they served in the government of Nigeria, and then now they're just chilling at home. What is South Korea like for permanent residents? I've heard a lot of stories where a lot of people tend to say that when you're young, this is like in your 20s to early 30s, Korea is perfect. But like when it comes to like, you being from your mid 30s to downwards, it's like Korea is not for you type of debate among my foreigners. While I'm not in that phase yet of my life, I feel for now though I'm really excited about permanent residency here. What are your favorite neighborhoods in Seoul to visit and to live? To live, personally for me, like I said earlier on, like in the video, I prefer like chill areas. So Yeouido and Cheongdam. So Cheongdam is actually like a highbrow area. Like it is so quiet. But the reason why it's extremely quiet is because like the rich of the richest live, like in the Cheongdam area. It's like old money, type of thing. Gangnam, why Gangnam is new money. A lot of kids and just, I don't know, people that want to flex. Cheongdam, very old money, very quiet luxury. But like if you want like, that very hipster vibe, you want things happening around you, you want to be in the center of everything, then definitely Gangnam. While house prices there are pretty much expensive, you're in the center of like everything. Did I ever experience any kind of racism in Korea? What is the average height of men there based on what you saw? Because Google lies, I haven't faced any racism here. The average height of men here, Korean men are getting taller. They're pretty much tall. Like the young Korean men you find nowadays are tall. What is life as a black person living in Korea, and do you get treated better because you're fluent in Korean? I don't want to answer for everyone, but definitely for me, it's actually pretty fine. If you speak Korean, I think, yeah, they open up more to you as a person, as an individual. There's one thing I'll say though, like the way you look in Korea is definitely the way you're gonna be addressed. Trust me, you're gonna have a great time. Look good. Just try your best, look good. And it's also like not for black person, it's just for like as a person like in general. If you look good, you be treated, like pretty good. Are you enjoying life in Korea seriously? Yes, I am enjoying life in Korea seriously. I really love my life here and I'm grateful for the opportunities that Korea has offered me so far. How do you feel being called a foreigner in Korea, even though you've been there so many years? Also, what's your MBTI? My MBTI, I'm an I don't know the rest. How do I feel being called a foreigner? I don't feel a certain way about it. I don't even care about it. Like, yes, I'm actually like a foreigner. Any plans on auditioning for K-dramas? Oh my god. Well, Max, well, thank you for thinking I can even make it to like, K-dramas. You're very sweet. If down in the future, like a major role comes on and I can act in like right beside like Park Seo-joon, I would give it a shot. How wheelchair accessible is it to live in Seoul? Buses in Seoul are very wheelchair accessible. The driver comes, help you get on, and help you get off as well. And also like the subways as well. It's accommodating, but I don't know how much accommodating it is. Will you ever start streaming on YouTube, Twitch, or Kick? I would love to watch your streams and support. I never thought about that. The thing is, even if I stream, it's like, what am I going to talk? I don't know what to talk about. I mean, if you guys ask me questions about life in Korea to show you things about Korea, I don't mind. If your comments about me streaming my life in Korea and also, showing Korean culture through streams, if that is something you guys want to watch, drop a comment down in this video. If it gets 10,000 likes, I will start streaming. I promise you, I will literally start streaming tomorrow. Do you plan on making different kind of content in the future? Yes, I am currently doing that right now. How do you think someone can learn a language? I'm trying to learn some languages. Korean is a part of it, but it seems a little bit challenging. Can you give me some tips? And please include this in your video. Thank you. Tips to learn a new language. Honestly, you just got to start. You have to be dedicated because like if you're not dedicated, you're not going to go far like in learning the language. And for me, that dedication was I came straight from Nigeria as a kid, as a very young kid, and I had to pass the language school to be able to move on to my university, my degree. If I did not pass the language school, then I'll be sent back home. Yeah, my scholarship was going to be cancelled. So I had no choice. I was motivated. But you need to find that motivation that will get you to want to study, like a new language. Like if you're not motivated to study a new language, or the why you're learning a new language, if you don't have those reasons, there is no way you're actually like ever going to learn like a new language. Little steps every day will get you to your final goal. So you can do it. Just trust the process. Are you a Korean citizen? No, I'm not a Korean citizen, but hopefully I will be a Korean citizen in a couple of years from now. How do Koreans outside of Seoul view foreigners? I think they view foreigners pretty fine, just like the Koreans here in Seoul. Because I was living outside of Seoul before moving to Seoul, and I lived in a city called Iksan. That was where I went to university at. And so like the Koreans there, they definitely like, while yes, a lot of people were curious, like you get a lot of stares. Compared to Seoul, it's nothing like militia. So where do you get your hair done? I have a lady that does my hair. She's from Ghana and she's amazing. She's in Itaewon. Are you a man of faith? Do you believe in Jesus? Do you believe Jesus is God? What are your spiritual beliefs? I'm a man of faith and I believe in God. Yes, I'm a Christian. How can someone get naturalized in Korea? It's a very long process. You have to live in Korea for 5 years on a working visa and then you get naturalized. Do you want your family in Nigeria to come to Korea? Yes, this year my plan is to bring my mother to come to Korea to be our first time out of the country, and I'm really excited to share that journey with you guys. What other country would you live in that you haven't already? I'd love to live in the UK though. Like I've been to London multiple times and I really loved like my experience there, but definitely the UK is my top priority. If UK doesn't work, then Paris. I've also been to Paris as well and I really love like how diverse the culture is. It's like I go out to Paris and everybody's black. It's like, oh, okay, welcome, well, nice to meet you, type of thing. So UK and Paris. Are you gay? Come on, do I look gay? I'm not gay. That has been the Q&A. So this is all the questions you guys have been curious about me for the past couple of years since creating like this channel, and I got to answer them, and I'm really excited to share my journey going forward with you guys. And a lot of you are not subscribed watching K Explorer, so if you aren't subscribed, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We're close to hitting 600,000 subscribers, and my goal for this year is to hit 1 million, and I'm pretty sure we can do it. Just subscribe. And also if you're planning a trip to South Korea, be sure to check out my guidebook. 우리 다투던 말들 사랑했던 말